Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 14. Module 14 is the last module for your research project. This is the module where you will turn in your research project. You'll actually turn it in twice, once to your peers so that your peers have a chance to look at it and see what you accomplished, and then once to turn in for actual grading to me. So there are two assignments here. One of them is a discussion board, sort of like a presentation. If we were in class, I would have you guys like present it. But in this case, we're doing it as a discussion board so that your peers have a chance to see it, and then your actual submission here. So the criteria, just as a reminder, things that you want to make sure that you're doing, you have a source list that you'll have at least 5 sources on. And these are any sources that helped you. There may be more than 5 sources, but at least 5. They just don't necessarily have to be used like in a traditional sense. So if you did like a painting or something, it might be sources, about the author or about the work that you chose to be inspired by. But it's sources that you looked at. In that case, it may be the same as the source list that you already turned in. Just make any changes that you need to if there were any mistakes. The project itself will be turned in if it's some kind of visual. So let's say it's a painting or some kind of artwork. You can take a picture of it and then just submit that. Sometimes students will put or take more than one picture. The easiest way to submit any kind of photograph is just like drop it into a Word document and upload the the doc itself, and then that way we don't have any issues with like strange formatting or types of files that Canvas won't accept or something like that. Same thing if you create something that's physical, you can just take pictures of it and then include especially if there's like more than one thing that goes with it, you can take pictures, put it in a Word document, and then you can even label the pictures as to what they are. And that's really helpful. If it's anything that's already digital, you're turning in that file, or you're turning in the, the PowerPoint, or you're putting a link to YouTube or whatever, all of that can be included. Just however is the easiest way to submit, but also making sure that I can view it. And if there are any issues, I try to at least go through them and look at them fairly quickly so that if there are issues with how to access it, then I can try to get it figured out before the end of the semester, because we're running out of semester for that kind of thing. And then the last thing you want to make sure you're including is the reflection itself. So, how did you do on your project? So similar to post writing for our essays, we're reflecting on, what you did, how are you proud of it? What are you most proud of? What did you learn? That kind of thing. And then that's what you submit all together. So this is the discussion board then. And so your original post is just to put your project in there. However, you're going to link it to me. You can put in the discussion board. Typically, that's fine. You can put your list of sources in there as well. It's not necessary to include all of it, like you don't have to put your reflection in there, but if you want help with anything or any feedback from your peers, you can include it. Otherwise, the responses are going to be just, what did you like about it? What did you learn from it? What did they display it? If you see any errors, you can definitely point that out, and hopefully they'll see your comment before before they actually finish up their final draft and submit. But otherwise, you're really just commenting on the project itself, and it gives you a chance to sort of display it and see what other people are doing. It's always kind of fun to see that. The discussion board, that's a separate assignment. If you need help with anything, you can always send it to the online writing lab. In particular, like PowerPoints are good to send in because they can check for any errors that you might have, but you might also consider, asking them about that creativity element, which you're going to be graded on. And then the last thing is to actually submit. So you've got your list of 3 things that you're going to put together. You can upload multiple files at once if you need to. And then just keep in mind that there is an AI level in this rubric. I do have a rubric that I use to grade it. And there is an AI level if anything looks, especially if you're doing just a basic PowerPoint, you want to make sure that any writing you have on that PowerPoint is really reflective of your own personal, style and tone as a writer. tighter. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty obvious that you used AI, and that's going to definitely hurt your grade if you're just doing something with AI. So that's the module. If you have any questions about anything before you submit your project, make sure you send me an email, or if you submit your project and you're not sure, like you want to make sure that I can view it or whatever, you can always send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.